Welcome to Still Hear Stories, where forgotten machines tell unforgettable tales. What was the StuG III? The Sturmgeschütz III, or StuG III, was not a traditional tank. It had no turret, but make no mistake, it was one of Nazi Germany's most effective armored vehicles. Originally designed as an assault gun to support infantry, it soon became a fearsome tank destroyer. Built on the Panzer III chassis, the StuG III was low, compact, and deadly. It was a weapon of simplicity and purpose, cheaper to produce than heavy tanks, but terrifyingly efficient on the battlefield. Deadly evolution in war. At first, early versions of the StuG III, like the WWII A and B, had a short-barreled 75mm gun. But after clashing with Soviet T-34s, the Germans upgraded it with the long-barreled StuG IV L-48, turning it into a highly effective tank killer. Its low profile made it easy to camouflage in ambushes, and though it lacked a turret, its front-facing armor and firepower made it ideal for defensive warfare. Modernizations and battlefield adaptations. The StuG III adapted rapidly through the war. Ausf and G models had thickened armor and high-velocity guns. Shirts and side skirts were added to protect against anti-tank rifles. Extra armor plating, and in some cases even concrete slabs, were bolted on by field crews. A shielded MG-34 was mounted for protection against infantry attacks. Some received a Zimmerit anti-magnetic coating to defend against sticky mines. Roof armor was reinforced to protect from artillery shrapnel and air attacks. Each change was a response to real battlefield threats, and made the StuG III even more lethal. Numbers that shock. More than 10,000 StuG IIIs were built, making it Germany's most produced armored vehicle. It was cheaper and faster to make than the Tiger or Panther, and that made it a logistical dream in a war where time and steel were running out. It's estimated that the StuG III destroyed more Allied tanks than any other German armored vehicle in the war. Soldiers' favorite. Many German crew members preferred the StuG III to other tanks. It was simpler, more reliable, and easier to conceal. On the Eastern Front, StuGs were responsible for devastating ambushes, often knocking out Soviet tanks long before they were seen. Even elite Soviet tank commanders feared the StuG, calling it the beast in the bushes. After the war, the legacy didn't end in 1945. Countries like Finland, Syria, and Spain used the StuG III for years after the war. Some are still preserved in museums, reminders of an armored ghost that once haunted Europe's battlefields. This was the story of the StuG III, the underestimated tank destroyer that quietly reshaped tank warfare. Subscribe for more stories where history roars back to life. This is Still Hear Stories.